Welcome back to Pirate Adventures, where we last left off. Our wonderful pirate crew had managed to infiltrate this prison cave where it seems that there are a few miners mining for something. They faced off way more guards than they should have done when a failed plot to lure one of the guards was, terrible.
Well, we didn't fight as many as we would have done, though, as well. at the same
And
time.
a clever ploy by Umbra using his mimicry allowed him to avoid certain dangers, let's say. And we are now here in a second cavernous room with a large amount of water, lizard folk seemingly tethered magically to this particular body of water. And we left off, I believe, with noticing this incredibly well-built humanoid figure with a very large beard. Matt, if you'd like to just quickly remind everybody this NPC backup character person thing.
So it's Alwyn. He's a Simic hybrid. He's kind of looks a bit elvish, but because he raised his hand against the who can breathe underwater question, you can generally assume he's got gills as a Simic hybrid. Because he's got the water adaptation. That's what the water adaptation is. Yeah, he's pretty well built. Got a huge beard that kind of hides the gills for you, and all these years of him hacking away at the stone has just made him really built.
Rough age? Old? Middle?
About middle age.
Middle age.
He's been at it for a while.
Cool. So, as you all look around the room after the question of who can dive down, there is a single hand raised, the man before you. The others seemingly are purely cowering at your presence.
We've freed them all, haven't we?
They're still cowering at your presence. I believe you did use the key on the locks, and that has freed them. Yes. The only people that aren't free are the lizard folk.
Yes, because they're magical. So we need some kind of to cancel that out somehow. Which I don't think any of us can do.
Can to Alwyn, can you just get rid of that lock on the old lizard folk?
No. You need to stop it, but I can't. I'm more of an animal person than a magic person. Really.
What's your use to me, Gruzeel?
Hunting, mostly foraging, quartermasterly things.
Well, have you think about that next time, shall we? Anyway. Yes, Captain. I can give it a go. If you need me to. Dive in.
He'll dive in, right? So Alwyn will then dive in before you, gracefully splashing into the water. Okay. What does Alwyn do in the water?
Well, he knows to spell magic, so he's going to try that. Got a roll?
What was it? It's roll a D
something
20, I believe. Is it a D20 and then add your modifier?
Yeah.
I think it's D20 and then add your spellcasting modifier for dispel magic, I believe.
Yeah, and the DC is like something plus whatever the level of.
Where's my PHP?
Oh,
lists of spells.
That's an unnatural 20.
Spell.
Yep. Alwyn, after attempting to use this magic, looks down, looks at the surrounding water, not fully aware of where he's targeting, but just kind of the general consensus of trying to free these creatures. looks around and he casts the spell, and suddenly the lizard folk wriggle, and one dives out, splashes, shooting out of the water, and then another, and then another, and another, and all four have been able to escape.
Oh, nice.
water.
I thought you could only be able to do 2 of those.
Fortunately, do one at a time.
Unless you do like the main thing out.
Well, because he went for the general area, and because of the wonderful roll he did, I gave him all 4.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Not gonna argue that.
I wouldn't. I need them. Right. Anyway. Yep. They are out of the water, and they look at Umbra for a second. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Take what you please.
I'm just gonna have a look. What do I see?
Okay, you find general like gems, coins, that kind of thing that all spark your interest.
Mhm.
Umbra, what you also find
Ooh.
is is something of a chain. When you touch it, you feel a sensation within that chain. Can't quite tell what about it is, but it's definitely magical and it feels beneficial to you.
Hmm. So where's the chain go? Is it like a handheld?
It's
sort of
just
chain, or is it
it's sort of the length of probably a doubly bound bracelet or a necklace.
Okay.
It's got a particular sheen to it, almost like when light reflects off it in certain ways. And I know it's particularly dark in here, but when light reflects off it in certain ways, you almost get that
Mhm.
rainbow shimmering.
Wow. Can I do I feel like a bond to it?
I don't know. You want to spend some time looking at it, or
Yeah, if no
Now's
one
not
else
the
is moving
time.
on. Oh, okay.
I mean, I think Gruzeel would
Okay, well-
try and gather some of the gems and whatever he can, because it'll be useful for provisions for the ship.
Can I roll Arcana on the magic chain in my inventory? Can I roll just to see if I can engage?
just OC.
Mhm.
You'll find out what this does when you spend your inspiration point.
Oh, really? Huh. Okay,
Interesting way of using those.
Very
I'll
cool.
pocket it. Yeah, very interesting.
So
I'll pocket it for now. Then.
I'll specifically remind you all, but we've discussed that for inspiration points, instead of just you do the inspiration point and suddenly, oh yeah, you do a reroll. Instead, you can spend an inspiration point, and I will bring in RP wise an assist for a particular situation, a bit like a divine intervention.
Right, gotcha. Okay.
So it's a get out of jail free card.
Kind of in a sense, if you find yourself in an immense amount of danger, then you might decide you want to use it. If you find
Fine.
yourself nearly about to die, you might decide you want to use it.
Yeah,
Is
so
it like an auto success on a death save?
In a sense, yes. I will, based on the item I've given you, I will, or the occurrence of which your inspiration is gathered,
Yeah.
I will be giving you a similarly influenced RP advantage.
Cool.
quite handy.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I don't really like the
I'll
fact
look.
that inspiration is basically a weak lucky point.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, it's good to introduce like a proper.
Yeah.
icy-
In my game, I make inspiration a song request.
Nice. I dig that. Okay, cool. So what do you
But yeah,
guys?
so can I gather? Because you said there was gems and gold and stuff.
Gems and gold, yep.
Can I collect as much of that as I can until while we're basically the remainder of the time we're in this room?
Okay, you grab. So I'm not going to bother making you count it. I'd say, Umbra, in your time, you probably grab, I don't know, maybe 20 gold's worth, 30
Mhm.
silver's worth. Gruzeel, you'll grab about 50 gold. No, sorry, about 30 gold's worth and 15 silver's worth. So what are you guys doing? You're the lizard folk, Alwyn, who loving the accent by the way, and
What
these scared group of miners essentially.
I guess we just carry on. But I wouldn't really want to take this too many people with us. I mean, might draw attention.
We've already drawn attention.
We don't really want to draw more attention. You know.
Hmm. As far as I see it, the more allies, the better.
Well, I mean, it's probably worth. We could take the ones who are sort of more willing to fight. No sense taking.
A crew.
Well, we can come back for people on the crew.
Hmm.
But I mean,
Could we escort any of them back to the ship? Do we have a clear path back?
You can go back the way you came if you want to. If you think that would be
Maybe-
clear.
I don't know.
Question, maybe
I just
behind-
feel
I
like
think-
maybe
Depends how long that would take, because
Yeah.
How long
like
do you think it
guards
would
might come
take?
back.
You could probably comfortably estimate that you can get back to the longboat in quietly, stealthily, in 10, 15 minutes.
that's not too
Who's the-
bad.
Who's the quickest out of us? Moving
Or
along.
rather, who's the snakiest?
Yeah,
I'm just
you.
no.
Because
no,
that's what you
maybe-
want. You don't need all of us to do that. You know, one person
Yeah.
can easily escort them.
Yeah.
Because all
I
you got to
think
do is
seeing
get to
it,
the
seeing
longboat,
it,
and they can keep doing that themselves.
I think it's in Tim's head, so I think he would volunteer to take them back to the longboat.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. Getting them
Unless
out
we
of
can
harm's
trust
way.
Big Guy to just take them back.
We could give him
He hasn't even-
directions.
Hasn't even accepted to join our
But then,
crew yet.
I mean, Beardman. Beardman? I don't know.
Good man.
My name's Alwyn.
Oh, Elwyn.
Alwyn Sailorwater, at your service.
Halloween. Halloween?
Alwyn.
Halloween. 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 Okay, got it. Got it. Got it. Would you like to help us, like, free everybody? And we're looking for crew, and obviously everyone else
sorry.
here as well. You know, it's an open invitation.
Well, seeing as you saved me from this place, I don't see why not.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Ah, fantastic. I mean, you know, it's not really for me. It's not really my place, I guess, for the captain to say. Otherwise, Captain.
Look, Gruzeel, you're doing a great job. I trust your judgment.
Because you know, you had a go at me earlier, so I just wanted to just make sure that everything's okay. You know.
One thing at a time, Gruzeel. One thing at a time.
Okay. Okay.
um,
But I like Tim's idea. It makes sense.
yes, I can. Do we have an animal out? Is that wolf ours?
The wolf probably is actually quite quick, actually. That wolf is 50 feet, and it's got stealth. Stealth.
So
plus 4.
I reckon. So you could tell the wolf to lead them back, right?
Yeah, and it's got keen hearing and smell, so it has advantage on perception checks that rely on that. So that
Does
actually
the
really
wolf
handy.
know where the longboat is?
You can tell it.
You can.
I'm sure it's got a decent enough sense of direction.
Tell
Can
Alwyn
you
Based on
actually
its
commu-
intelligence.
Can you communicate with it?
No.
Okay,
Oh, I don't know. I
um,
must be able to because I can instruct it what to do in combat. So
That's
I must
verbal.
have some. So I must imagine to be able to do something.
You can
Yeah,
do
but I mean-
advance.
I doubt you could give it directions, like advanced directions.
Advanced directions will take an intelligence check from the wolf.
Okay, okay.
All right,
Tim
can I
will go.
try could I try the directions, and if it like shrugs its shoulders effectively, then
All right, sure. Yeah. Okay. So you try the directions. What's
Alwyn
the
isn't in
intelligence
anywhere.
modifier for the
-4.
right? It looks at you like this.
I guess it's a good thing. I don't know. Gruzeel would know if that's a good thing or not. I don't own pets. I don't know.
Gruzeel's like, nah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That thing's just panting at you like,
Oh,
what do you actually want me to do?
fine.
Get it to escort Tim, because my thought as Dom, not Tim, is that these people, we will escort them back to the boat and then they'll just hijack it and go. So maybe him taking the wolf just
Might
ensures it's a little insurance.
could do. Yeah. All right. Yeah, works for me. I'll instruct the wolf to follow Tim and Tim's orders until he returns to.
Does that work?
Yeah, sure. So who do you wanna take? How many
I
people?
mean,
Everyone.
one who's willing.
I would imagine at least the people, because I would imagine the lizard folk and Alwyn
Alwyn.
might Alwyn.
Alwyn.
I
Alwyn.
need to
At least
see
pronounce it correctly in OC.
I need to see. I know.
ALWYN.
ALWI. Alwyn.
Alwyn.
Alwyn. Gotcha. See, it's one of those things that's easier to see written down, especially with
It's
D&D
meant
name.
to be Welsh.
Oh, is he? Oh, well, you know. There you go.
It's not a Welsh accent.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, so if all the people, because the people are going to be quite frail, so they can go back. Alwyn and the lizard folk could, in theory, stay if they seem well enough. But
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's one of those things that we just ask.
Regardless, I mean, these are slaves that are gonna want to be let out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, they're safer on the bone blade than they are
Free.
anywhere else.
looking at these guys, all of them, lizard folk and all, they're pretty malnourished, pretty battered. Alwyn looks incredibly strong considering,
But still a bit on the skinny side.
but still on the skinny side. Like it looks like these people, these humanoids, have been
Yeah.
malnourished.
I think we open it to the floor. So we'll say you've got a choice. We've got a ship. Tim and the wolf will escort you to the boat that will take you back to the ship. Or if you want to stay, stick it to the guards and free everybody else. Then you're more welcome to stay here and help us. And just leave it to them because you don't want to take anyone by force. If they're not up for it, they're not up for it.
Okay. So the lizard folk. Nine of the people leaves you with one. All want to go on the bone blade.
Fair.
What does the one say? What's his argument or her? argument?
So she's the one that picked up
The armor.
a sword and the armor
Oh,
and
yeah.
was like, "I want to give it to these fuckers."
Cool.
She was the one that was really up for it anyway. So
Yeah.
She was already up for it, but these are battered people. I don't know what Alwyn's response is
He wants to go.
to the bone blade.
Mhm.
He wants to go to the bone blade, so Alwyn will go to the bone blade as well. So Tim, you are leading a stealth group essentially.
Excellent.
Right, Tim, you're going to roll stealth, but
Can the wolf not roll stealth instead of me?
no, you're going to roll stealth, but what you're going to get is you're going to get the stealth modifier of yours and the wolf's combined,
Excellent. I've got -1.
and the wolf
It's
has
got +4.
great. So you have
-2.
+3 now.
-2.
Okay, so you have +2 now. So
Does
I
it
am-
get advantage? Oh, I suppose that's the thing.
I am going to roll a couple
I got a 6.
for
so-
the others.
Oh, no, that's not going to end well.
Can Alwyn roll?
Yeah, Alwyn can roll. You want to roll for Alwyn? You've got his NPC stats there.
That's a 5. Do I add stuff?
Oh,
Can
nice.
I add the wolves to it as well?
I like your backup character dies before your main character.
Oh my god!
That still only makes it a 7, Matt.
No, it makes it a 9. I get a plus. I got a plus.
Oh,
0
you don't get minus.
so
You just get the +4. Yeah.
Okay,
a 5 or a 9, whichever you choose.
okay.
Wow.
We're gonna get to that in a minute.
Fantastic.
So, Tim, is everybody waiting for Tim, or are they going through more of the
think-
prison before they get let? Before
I think we.
Hey,
I
wait.
mean, I thought my plan was to wait because, well, especially now Tim's going and the wolf is going. I mean, the wolf's pretty strong. Tim's our healer. Like, it wouldn't make sense to, because he might go completely the wrong direction as well. So it would make more sense to stay and wait for him to come back.
Is it worth going back to the main hall area with everybody, and then waiting for Tim there?
Or rather than here, yeah, potentially.
If this is a dead end, then yeah, right?
Well, there's that path of going across, isn't there?
Yes, of course. I reckon you guys press on.
No, I don't think we would. It would either stay here or do what Matt said and go to the entrance. I don't think we'd move on until.
Okay,
Until
you could
we've
leave.
You
got-
guys
could
just
leave
want to
a
move your characters wherever they're
rum
going to
trail.
be. Obviously, Tim, you might as well go by the door.
Yeah, we'll go towards like
Uh-huh.
that initial this bit down here.
Yeah,
Correct.
I think
That
there's
may-
the best.
Yeah.
Because then, if they do get found, we can A here.
Yeah.
Okay, as
B, we've
they
got a
decided.
defensible position from where we are.
Yeah.
We're not going to get
So-
blocked off from the exit.
Now,
Yeah.
don't take this as you failed. I'm just removing them from the map because they were going to go on the ship. All right?
Okay.
Everybody have a breather. Nothing bad's happening. Don't worry. Nobody panic.
Yes, because there's always a nice feeling when the DM starts deleting things. That's not a creature.
Why is
It's
Umbra the last
fine.
man in the?
Because you haven't moved.
You've got to move yourself down.
Oh, my bad. Oh, is everyone going back? All right.
Where's Umbra
attention.
gone?
Pay attention. Pay attention, Haiss. Pay attention.
So you've got the woman with you. Tim is
Elsewhere.
right. Okay. Tim, as you begin to walk out with Alwyn, the wolf, and a very large crowd of people, you start sneaking and you're thinking, yeah, we're doing okay. You begin going around the cliffside, back towards the longboat, nearer the mists that envelop this island. You get closer and closer until you think you hear something. When you turn around, half of your merry band have disappeared.
Oh no! Can I see any sign of
Roll
struggle? Did they
perception.
fall off or?
Roll perception.
Who's left?
So you got Alwyn left,
There was
The
nine
wolf.
in all the things, weren't there?
the 4 lizard folk, and 1
It's a 9.
to 9. You look back and you're confused. And don't know where they've gone.
That's what we wanted, really, was a lizard folk, and now
You look forward
Haven't made it yet.
and can you roll a grapple check for me?
So that is acrobatics or athletics, right?
Mm-hmm.
19. Don't touch me.
What was that? Sorry?
18, I think.
19. 19.
19. 19. Okay, so you see this very well-built officer guard with plate armor on try to grab you, and you just shrug him off. And you
Good job,
see,
boys.
and you see more suddenly appearing, and then he disappears.
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 Puff of smoke.
Just
Something's up.
Yeah.
Can I turn around and look at my merry band again, please?
okay. So the human's gone.
Oh, this is fucked.
The lizard folk have banded together back to back.
I'm gonna force my shell in between them, so we're back to back to back. And then we're gonna start inching towards the cave, back towards the prison. So thingy's gone. Alwyn.
Alwyn, can you roll a grapple check for me?
That's a 17.
Alwyn disappears.
No! Such a good character.
Oh dear. Okay. So are you still going for the longboat?
No, I think we've turned around now. I think we're just trying to head back to the others because Tim is scared. Tim is
Okay.
very scared.
So Tim's beginning to run back to the others. The lizard folk are following suit. Some of them are looking a bit confused. Tim, can you roll another grapple check for me?
Yeah. So are these guys like putting in, trying to grab us, and then teleporting out?
Maybe.
2.
2.
Gee,
22,
you gotta stop using
22.
Oh, you're
Tim,
20.
the last thing you see
What?
is black iron mask with a black slit in the middle, red officer's outfit with plate armor around it, come around you, and suddenly you feel sick to your stomach, like you've just suddenly been tipped way too much on one side. And we'll get back to you in a minute. Now, what are the
Kylo Ren motherfucker.
what are the rest of you guys doing while you wait? Is there anything you're doing?
Do we hear anything?
No,
Even a yelp.
no, don't hear anything.
How long's it been?
Yeah.
So it will have been the 15, 20 minutes. Actually, it would have been about half an hour now. And then you wait a little bit longer, and you're like, okay, it's been an hour.
Yeah, I think should have been back by now.
Either Tim's decided that he's, just going to
He's the
stay on the
captain now.
ship, or I don't know.
A little bit worried. I mean, Tim should have been back like 15 minutes ago.
Something's happened.
What are you guys doing?
Can I
You
poke
going
my
to
head
investigate? You going back?
Can I poke my head out of the cave?
You poke your head out the cave. Nothing seems off. It's
Seems
just cold, damp, and empty.
Can I? And I can't see him anywhere. Can't hear
No.
him.
Can't see him. Can't hear him.
I can't see the boat from where I am. Can I? Like that's
No,
where
it's round. Sort of. Well, you'd have to go out to investigate.
yeah.
Everything seems fine, but I can't see or hear anything out there, which is a bit weird.
It's too quiet.
Hmm. So,
Oh, you basically saw the scene you saw before, but it's just quiet
Yeah.
silence. There's not really else. You see that the fort that Bloodbeard went to is still, doing its usual guard checks, and you see from being a ranger, you see a very large amount of tracks, humanoid boot tracks going to the south.
Is that where the ship? Oh, that's not. That's to the other place.
That's to where Umbra was yelling from the captain's voice. They're to the south.
Just got you.
It's a very large amount of footprints.
I guess we've got a choice whether we we shouldn't really leave him. We should probably go look for him.
No man left behind. As much as I like
A bit late for that.
Yeah.
As much as I like to get more crew members from this place, we don't want to lose them as we go.
He's a good doctor.
Could
You're
you not
terrible,
track
Doctor.
our Could you not track our footprints?
Until I get close to where you are, no.
Okay.
That's my
Alright,
plan. When
Let's go look for Tim.
yeah. So I am going to try and track.
Are you
well,
moving
so-
stealthily?
Yeah. So I'm going to try and track Tim, because it should be fairly obvious from at least where we are, like the large group of people moving towards the area. And then I want to track those footprints for as long as I can.
Okay.
I
So you-
believe forests
you
are my
f-
favorite.
You easily find. You're a good tracker. You do this. This is your trade. Tim has very particular footprints. You easily find his footprints, and you see them. And at first they're stealthily walking,
Hmm.
and then they're twisting around. Then there's panic. You can see that there's a scuffle. Some just footprints appearing, and then they're gone. Massive boot prints appearing and then gone. You're looking around, and you can't quite. It doesn't make sense. They couldn't have gone anywhere else unless they could fly or leap very far, or not really sure.
While tracking creatures, I can because it's we're in a forest, aren't we? This is a forest area.
Well, you're on it's more of like a grassy land and then a mountain that you're
Yes.
sort of walking around.
So that's not classed as I'm guessing you're not classed.
No, it's not. It's not classed as a forest.
All right. Can I distinguish Tim's footprint?
Yeah, you can see Tim's footprints, and they're there for a while, and they're scuttling and scampering, and then suddenly they just stop,
Mm.
and they
Is
don't
there-
go on, and they don't go back.
But then, in theory, okay. And then around that area, are there other footprints? Anything else there?
So
Like
you
Cart, like if there's a cart or something, like horse.
so as you get
line, things like that.
as you're looking around, can you roll investigation for me?
Investigation. That is a 19.
19. Okay. So what you realise quite suddenly is there's a pair of the same boot prints that you saw back there, about 30 or so feet away, behind a rock.
Fresh.
As fresh as the ones that you were just looking at, but they're looking towards where the scuffle was.
This is sus.
Yeah, I'll relay that quietly to the group. As quietly as you can. As well, especially the captain.
So what you hear? What'd you do?
Because we could check it out. Carefully.
Keep tracking him.
Alright,
We got to find Tim somehow.
Do you think he's been kidnapped or ambushed or taken?
It would appear so. Which could be where the rest of them are. His tracks just stop. And there's no corpse, he wasn't dragged, so unless he was picked up. But then there's no, impact. So it would almost be like he was lifted, taken. Where I would have to keep tracking to find out. So the question, I guess, is do we get him now or later?
Now.
Yeah, I'd say now. Could risk the whole operation if they find him.
Very well.
And then, so Gruzeel then will follow the tracks to wherever they
Okay.
stealth. Obviously.
So you notice there's a pattern here. About 30 feet apart, these boot prints appear again. And again, another 30 feet away.
This guy's got some
Right.
monster hops on him.
Yeah, so it's like a Misty Step type of situation.
Mm.
Which he's got a lot of, if that's the case. But
Well, after a while,
you're-
you get to a point where you suddenly realise it's very, very dark. Now, Gruzeel, you wouldn't necessarily be aware of this, but Alarias, can I get a quick history check from you? And Umbra can also do one. I don't think Kethra would have been. No, Kethra would. Yes.
23.
Umbra? Oh, wait, no. Yeah, has to use be right back. That's good enough anyway. You've heard of fleet officers, specialized ones. Some that can move through shadow and darkness. And you know in your studies that some of them have been imbued with something like this, and others have taken to it quite kindly. And
Okay.
it tends to be quite shady tactics that they're used for.
Hmm. So I'll relay that to the group, basically, what you said. So they're using that to, obviously they picked up Tim, everyone else is gone.
That's concerning. It's a shame. Tim's the one that knows that light spell. That'd be handy right about now.
I may be able to assist with that.
Oh,
So, Umbra's going to reach in. And do I have a description for this potion?
I mean, don't do it now.
Oh.
We're sneaking around.
He's just going to take out the potion and show you.
Okay. It's very handy.
Okay,
Keep
so
that.
I'm going to make this one up. So it's kind of like blue fire in a bottle.
Right.
Out of character, it's fairy fire.
Okay.
If we get attacked, then use it.
Okay.
But don't use it yet.
Can I prepare a reaction, Arthur? If we get into combat,
Yeah.
Umbra will throw down fairy fire.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. Okay, so as you're going further with these footprints, you realise they're leading back towards the fort. And then you also realise after maybe 2 or 3 more hops, they're walking and dragging stuff.
Is one very shell-like, like a very like a wide berth, heavy drag?
Seemingly, yeah. By the way, Tim,
Yes,
can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
absolutely.
This is going to go into a torture scene.
I'm not that mean.
How long will Tim last before he breaks?
Tim would not last.
Not long. Not long.
Whatsoever. Like no. Slash roll d20. 10.
10.
Yes.
Dom, get
I
dice.
get advantage. I get advantage on Constitution saving throws if I'm withdrawn into my shell. Just in case I'm withdrawn into my shell.
Do
It's
Tortle
when
do
you
that?
were grabbed, so you weren't necessarily.
Yeah, that's fine.
shell.
I didn't
So
prepare it as a reaction or anything.
you see that there's probably a large divot and then 2 dragging lines behind it, almost like feet, which you could assume would be someone dragging Tim by his shell and feet.
Fair. So that's the ones I'm primarily going to be following.
Okay, so that's going towards the fort, and you're getting much closer to the spotlight. Then suddenly it veers off. Starts heading towards the beach. The North Beach.
Where our boat is.
Not where your boat is, because your boat's nearer the rocks, but it is the same side as where your boat is.
I mean, while the spotlight's not on, that's our best chance of getting.
Do you want to all roll some stealth checks for me to see how well you sneak past the fort following these tracks?
I mean, I'll probably again relay to the team like,
There's a pretty good chance we're going to have to get into the fort. As long as everybody's okay with that.
So these tracks are leading away from the fort.
oh, they're leading away from the fort.
So they're leading north. So they're leading towards the fort, and then they veer off towards the beach, which is away from the fort.
Right. Okay, fine. Forget that then. Yeah, so just stealthing towards them.
23.
17.
Good thing this is group
12.
14.
14. Okay. Okay, so you begin to make it through, and you're very quiet, and you're comfortable with how well you're doing here.
Why can't we be in a forest? We need more forest.
You get near the beach. You see ironclad brutes. Black helmets with thin slits in them. 2 of them are holding Tim. Another one holding Alwyn.
Where's my wolf in all of this?
Dead.
Nowhere.
Almost certainly dead.
Almost, yeah. I might have to get another thing.
What happens when they die?
They turn into a fuzzy ball, I believe.
I thought they just vanished.
I think they might just vanish. And I mean,
I think they vanish.
I think they vanish because I gave
the
someone.
creatures
a bad
vanish at the
report.
next dawn, and when it's reduced to 0 hit points, so vanishes.
Would be funnier if it turned into a ball.
Yeah,
That would be quite funny.
but yeah, it just vanishes basically. Because I think it's probably best to assume that it's dead. So I'll just bear that in mind. Because I would imagine because we're doing the thing where it's like one at a time, I'd imagine if I drew a second one, the first one would disappear anyway.
Mm,
To do it that
Definitely.
way, so it's not like it would just stop it happening.
yeah.
So we'll go based on that. So we've seen the guards with Tim and people. That was
So
with
it's
everybody
4
else.
total.
So there's 4 at the moment, and you see they're looking toward the fort, waiting quite quietly. And
It's a
they're
s-
definitely looking around.
And the spotlight's not near them, is it?
Spotlight's not anywhere near them. You're now out of range of the spotlight.
Cool. So we don't have any stealth.
Do they all look like human? Sorry, did you say?
They're humanoid, brutish, quite tall.
How far away
how
are they?
tall is quite tall?
So they're probably about 70 feet. They probably look about 6 to 7 feet tall.
Right, they're pretty big. They might not be human then if they're 7 foot.
Yeah.
That's generally the range you get. You realise as well while you're watching through the mists, the boat, the end of a boat pierces through the mist, been sailing towards the beach,
Towards those guards.
towards those guards.
Sure.
It is a
How big is
hooded.
that? How big is that ship?
It's a boat. It's a small boat. It's a longboat, essentially.
Like a rowboat. Okay.
Yeah, like a rowboat. And there are officers on it,
I reckon we jump them before the boat
This is
comes.
like the
It does-
sketchiest shit.
Yeah.
and a hooded figure.
Yeah.
I do have invisibility, but it's only given me for one person.
I don't really think that's
And
going to help.
There's 4 of them.
I mean, you're
Well, as
better off
soon
just
as you-
shooting in a spell.
Well, I'm kind of curious what's going on. Maybe the prison officers don't know about this as well.
I mean,
This is a bit sketchy.
it'd
They're
be
outside the
it'd be
fort.
interesting if you use the voice of the guard to go, "What's going on here?" Then kind of thing.
I could do.
But that would just give us away way too quickly. Are they wearing the same colours as the guards in the?
Yeah, go
Same
back and
red
get the
officer-
disguises.
Same red officers uniforms. While that's happening, while that boat's coming towards you, Gruzeel, Alarias, and Kethra, you all see coming from the fort direct a shackled man you know well. His red beard, his black hat,
Oh dear.
and his blue long jacket.
He's been caught.
What the fuck?
Is that Salvador?
No, it's
No,
Bloodbeard.
it's
Bloodbeard.
The big red beard.
For some reason, I pictured him with Blackbeard. Anyway,
Dear.
I think we should bottle it right now if they've captured like Blackbeard.
Yeah, I mean,
So you see them walking towards with the shackled Bloodbeard, and his head is somewhat low. He has been beaten harshly.
Yeah, I don't blame you guys for cutting and running.
Is this up in the fort or is it?
You know what?
on
Yeah,
the
he's
beach?
he's
got
coming
the-
from the fort while the
Who's
boat
got-
is coming from the beach.
Who's got the key?
Yes.
Who's got the key?
I've got the key.
Could Alarias go invisibly with the key and unshackle Bloodbeard?
You can't
Mm,
use
Alarias
the
has
key
got
while
the
invisible.
shittest stealth ever.
He's invisible though.
Invisible, though.
He's invisible.
Invisibility will break it, right?
0 times 0
What?
is still
What?
0.
Opening
it's not
opening
an
a shackle.
attack.
They might
No,
still
no,
hear
no,
it.
sorry. Opening the lock would break invisibility, right? Because
Yeah.
it's an action.
hmm What's the distance on everybody's dark vision quickly?
I don't think I have it.
Wait, I can speed someone up. I can cast Expeditious Retreat
I don't have it.
on someone.
Mine's only 60.
I don't.
So
I don't have it.
all of this you can see by torchlight because it's very small torchlight
Yeah.
being carried. The knights, the big bulked out armored guys, they're not carrying any torchlight, but there is a torchlight in front of them, almost like laid across the ground as a mark of.
So we've got 4 guards on the beach,
At least.
at least. Some, we don't know how many on this boat. 3 on the boat.
So okay, so that's the boat. Sorry, so there's 4 on the boat with
4 on the boat.
a cloaked figure sitting on the bench
So 5th.
in the middle of the boat.
5. Then. So it's 5 on the boat, 4 on the beach, and how many escorting Bloodbeard?
There's what you can tell is there's 2 soldiers alongside Bloodbeard, and there's definitely a figure behind him.
Oh my god, we can't
No
fight
way.
all these
No.
people. They'll skin us alive. Where's Tim? Sorry, he's with them on the beach.
Tim is currently being held
Is
by.
Tim-
Tim is long gone.
Tim, are you conscious, or are you just out? Are you out of it?
Conscious?
Tim, yeah,
He is
you're
unconscious.
not really sure what's going on. You're beginning to feel fuzzy and awake as your eyes begin to open. You can see around you, but can't move.
So they've drugged Tim. I mean, we wouldn't know.
Yeah,
He's
Tim's
not
just
moving
vibing.
away from our thing.
Straight vibing.
Alwyn is the same.
I imagine their bodies look like limp to us, like they're just kind of like slumped.
They're slumped. It's
Yeah, 'cause-
dead
so even
weight
if we-
kind of
even
thing.
if we freed them,
You can
first,
see whoever has dark vision can definitely see that their eyes are open, but their bodies are slumped.
Do you reckon Umbra could pass as like the prison doctor who's
No
just come
way.
to check up on them?
You barely pass as a human.
You can certainly try.
Like,
I-
you barely pass as an actual person, Umbra.
I'm just trying to think of like a scheme we could do to get them back. I've got
can't
perception
listen
+4. That's all I got.
I don't know. We already lost enough.
I have got the point of inspiration as well, so I can ask for divine intervention if to try and help me out.
But how much is that going to really take in this situation?
Well, it
Is
depends
that
how
gonna-
much you want to save Tim, I guess.
Exactly, but then, like, because the problem is if they're drugged, they're not going to be any good in a fight, which basically means there's 4 of us to fight with. That meant what? 7? No, 5 and 9, 12 people.
Tim, I can only try and give you the gift of death.
Hell, man.
God, how else are we gonna
We can't lose more people.
do we? But the question is, do we book it?
You can always come back for Tim.
We don't know where
Maddie, if you get on the boat with that hooded weirdo, like we're not going to see you again.
You're gone.
Yeah.
There's no way. Because you don't know where. Because they're not taking. If they were taking you into the fort, you could almost argue that. But we're taking you to some unknown place.
Man.
I'm in
Tim's
favor.
gonna get like experimented on and shit.
I'm in
Yeah.
the favor of the prison doctor scheme. That's all I got.
We could try and follow them.
Well, on the boat, but then our boat's on the
Yeah.
completely opposite side of the island. We wouldn't get there in time.
Oh, is
Umbra can't swim, so I can't track them.
It's not on the other side of the island. It's further up the island.
it's-
It will take some time to get there.
So the question is, do we?
because then at least we know where they've taken him to, and then we can always go back.
Because what we could do, I mean, this is risky as fuck, because we don't know what their main ship's like. Because the rowboat's coming from a ship.
Yeah.
So depending on the size of that ship, we could enter ship-to-ship combat. But
You have not
that,
got the crew.
Our
to
ship
ship
doesn't
the
have any
ship like that.
weapons.
well,
Isn't this like a fleet- This is like a fleet
No, we've
prison
got
as
like
well,
5.
isn't it? They'll definitely have ships around, like defending it.
Yeah, I don't really see. Yeah,
Plus, if we
We've gotta
take
stop-
on ship to combat, we risk that hurting Tim.
I think this might be goodbye to Tim, guys. I think we got to face it.
I
Yeah,
can't.
I'm gonna have my own spin-off campaign, just living in prison,
Yeah, just a casual like just to,
like a slice of life.
Look, it's prison, man. Just cut back to Tim every so often.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Can,
it's
anyone,
really
can
built.
anyone do long distance message? Or a
No.
message of some kind?
Mm.
I think I've got message. Yeah, I've got message. 120 foot. I would just say goodbye.
Tim's like shit, completely out of it, and just hears Alarias, the guy he hates. Yeah, we'll see ya.
I could say like try and get a message to us on the outside. or something.
Because I'm thinking, okay. So,
We're taking Bloodbeard as
How-
well, man. That's...
wait, how far is 120 foot? Is that far? Or they better see us during the day, won't they? We're following them 120 foot.
yeah, I'd say so.
Probably.
You'd be able to see
Oh,
someone.
But we're under the cover of night sort of darkness at the moment.
Okay, I have another idea. I've got a disguise kit on me. I just realised.
There's only so much you can disguise a beak
Who are
face.
these guys?
It's a plague mask.
That's no, man, no. What are you gonna do? Cover it in flowers? I mean, that's not really gonna.
The tortoise is diseased. I've got to take him away from you.
Yeah, that's literally what I'm thinking. I'll just
You're
say
in
like, yeah, there's
safety.
been an outbreak. I need to take him back and quarantine him.
You do realise if that goes wrong, we're losing Umbra as well because we're not going to save him.
I don't know. I don't know if that's much.
Yeah,
of a, I don't know if that's much of a loss, though. Let's be fair.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine Umbra and Tim hates
Jesus.
Umbra, and they both have to try and work together to escape from prison? It's just pure brilliant.
Umbra would be willing to try it to atone for infecting Tim earlier with their hands.
Would he suggest it though?
No, he wouldn't suggest it.
How strong are they all? Do they all look like normal guards, or do they all look like?
It wouldn't really occur to him. To be honest,
Well, actually, if they're 7 foot, like that's not normal.
Something's going on.
Yeah, they're not normal guards. Oh,
What are you guys doing?
Oh,
Prison Doctor, man. I think Prison Doctor's the only way.
I don't think it's gonna. That's not gonna work though.
How
There's
much
no
do they
way.
really want?
There's no way if they're doing shady shit and they're moving these guys off the prison, off the prison area.
Umbra's pretty shady. He could just,
Yeah, but
blend
they're
in
not
with them.
gonna. They're not gonna like just relieve him to a doctor, are they?
Well,
Especially the doctor of the. You're saying that they're gonna be the prison doctor. They've not taken them to the prison. They're trying to get him away from the prison for whatever reason.
If you don't get a deception roll, isn't a all be all end all. They'll believe you
that's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
as
but
well.
I could show them my brain. Just to let them know
That's
that
I mean, at the very least, you've got them distracted so the others can strike.
I don't know, man. These guys remind me of the Wild Hunt. That's what these guys remind me of. Like, there's no way you're talking to these dudes. It's not.
I'm gonna say that some time has passed while this little
Yeah.
discussion has gone on. And Bloodbeard, shackled, has gotten much closer to Tim. Tim, Alwyn, you can see he has been beaten brutally.
Wait, who else did Bloodbeard go in with?
He went in with Savada and a few others.
Oh, I was right. Is Zora there? Is he okay?
Zoro
no
is
idea.
Zoro isn't with.
Oh, okay.
Zora
Bloodbeard.
didn't go in the boat.
Zoro didn't go in the boat.
Zora didn't make it.
That's good then.
Now,
Zora can be the new captain.
while discussion has been going on, they have gotten closer and closer until the figure behind them appears.
Oh no, who is it?
A slender man.
Oh,
He wears a white, pristine officer's uniform. He has slicked black hair and a goatee that is very cleanly shaven. Obviously, I've given you
a goatee
a better.
more control than a broken beast.
Very well.
That's good writing.
Good
Thank
writing.
you. Thanks. Yeah, I wrote it all down. I'm not going to read it out to you. You can all read, for God's sake. He walks across in between Bloodbeard and Tim and Alwyn with his rapier drawn.
This is part of the plan, right, Captain?
You tried to speak, Tim, but you can't.
So it's more like
Yeah, you are paralyzed, my friend. Absolutely paralyzed. Now, can I get another wisdom saving throw, please, Alarias?
Hilarious.
shit, why does
Sure.
it keep happening?
What'd you do, Alarias?
I don't know.
We're trying to scry in him.
It could be the memories.
13.
13.
Yeah.
You hear a voice in your head.
Oh shit!
Fuck.
Gonna have to leave him behind as well.
Would you prefer this typed or vocalized?
Ah, screw it. Vocalize, yeah. Go on.
Now. It's been a long time, Alarias. I've been waiting for your messages, but they have not come through. You were supposed to deliver him to me, and you have done so. For that, I suppose your reward is...
Oh.
should
Filthy
come.
traitor!
But I feel a little insulted that I haven't been spoken to for such a long time. I tried to even scry on you a few times just to make sure I could keep up, but you seem to have found yourself in a new place, new people. I suppose not all my messages got through to you, so hopefully you can hear me now. I know you're here somewhere, boy. And I'm not gonna ask you to come out. Maybe just listen, you might learn a thing or two.
Shit in hell.
And this man with the rapier dragging it across the sand as a line in between Branimir, Alwyn, and Tim. And he looks Branimir Bloodbeard in the dead of the eye and goes, "Well, Branimir, revenge is sweet. It's been a long time coming, and I've waited so very long. This is for leaving me on that vessel to die."
I take a shot at him.
Oh, no.
Take a shot.
God.
This was clearly a not getting involved situation.
Umber might start slinking off somewhere.
Go ahead, roll to attack.
Gruzeel's gonna have to follow.
Pistol. Nat 20! Boom!
Yeah, but it's not actually gonna kill him, is it?
It's probably like CR20 or something.
Roll the damage.
Exactly. Yeah, this guy's not gonna be. This guy gives me serious Torvin vibes. All up at
I mean, it would be really funny if he just dies now. But I'm
That would
thinking,
be incredible.
That'd be
Max
so
damage.
funny.
Max damage. 2 10s, 24.
24.
Damn.
From a single shot.
You see the rapier raise.
Catches it.
It's like
The bullet splits, and half of it flings off. The other half hits him in the shoulder, and you see him come back, and he looks in your exact direction. And he goes, now, Branimir, I don't want to have to kill any more of your pets. I suggest you tell them to stand down, otherwise I will have to unfurl my entire wrath upon them.
I ain't no fucking pet.
That's his mind though. You can't hear
Hear
that.
him? How far away are you guys?
70
Fairly
feet, I think it
close.
was.
70. Mm.
It sounds almost like a whisper, but you definitely hear it.
Oh, okay. We hear that. Right.
And you can hear Branimir shouting, and it's a lot fainter than this guy's voice. That's just seemingly penetrating you entirely, even though it's just so quietly, calmly said. Don't do it, lads. Leave me. I'm done for. Now that's what I'm talking about, Branimir.
I guess we have to follow the admiral's orders.
I agree. We should follow the captain's orders.
This guy's too dangerous.
I mean,
We
this
gotta
guy's
go.
the admiral.
He's still looking your direction. You see him tilt his head. I wonder what kind of person you are.
I'm just going to slink off 30 feet to the side.
Yeah, I'm gonna motion to Kethra that we should leave.
You all hear this voice
Oh, no.
like a gentle whisper.
Yeah, we gotta leave this. There's no way. It sounds like Umbra and Gruzeel are
I'm just considering surrendering to this guy and joining him.
after a moment of Umbra the coward. After a moment of your silence, assumedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said that the admiral, kind of overrules the captain and kind of motioning to Kethra that we should really leave.
Gonna carry on monologuing.
Okay.
I don't. Kethra doesn't go.
Well, Alarias is going to start walking off.
Umbra's already slunk off 30 feet away from the group.
Brandon.
She'll say to Gruzeel, go get the others. Go take the others back. I'm gonna get Tim.
Oh.
Who leaves? Who stays?
Good luck, Captain.
It's important. I know who leaves. Who
Umbra's,
stays.
Umbra's out of there. He's gone.
Right, Umbra's gone.
I'm
Alaris?
going to.
This is suicide mission. I'm
Actually,
out.
wait. Sorry. Before he goes, Umbra's going to turn. I'm going to pull the last big potion I've got out. And it's like a spinning tornado. I'm going to press it to Kethra. It's expeditious retreat. So good
Yeah.
luck.
Can I? I want to pull an animal from the bag, and tell the animal to protect Kethra.
Okay, go ahead.
Probably gonna be like a fucking weasel. So equipment, bag of tricks.
What your
Three,
characters have
three.
their wishes, Matt.
Badger. It's a badger.
Look, I did, look,
Not even a
did
giant
roll.
badger, just a normal badger.
Oh.
Excellent.
I did an honor roll, okay,
Hmm.
and
Okay.
extra is on yourself.
Oh shit! I can't. Oh, I can't help you then. I'll give you a magic stone instead. So Umbra
Okay,
will inject one of the stones and give it to Kethra.
I will cast. That's concentration, but I suppose it doesn't matter. I'm gonna it probably shouldn't much, but I'm gonna cast protection from evil and good on Kethra.
Okay. I've moved you guys to the beach scene. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Now, who's staying? Who's going?
I think the only person staying is Kethra.
Right,
Umbra's going.
Kethra, you are the only one staying. Tim, obviously you can't move.
It's a badger, for what it's worth.
And a badger.
You know.
Which
They're vicious. They're vicious things.
I will leave you to control. And the rest of you are going towards the ship, yeah?
Yeah, I'll take note of Bloodbeard's voice as well, since I heard him speak.
Okay.
Probably
Kethra, do you
won't.
try
And-
to get
and
any
obviously you
closer?
wanna- Make sure you catch
note
his
of the
voice
big
as well.
bad guy's voice.
Yeah, the big bad guy's voice will also be very useful.
Oh
for
yeah,
you.
I'll record that voice. As well.
You know?
Which one? You'll probably only get one of them.
Oh,
The bad guy's probably
the
more
alive one, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you've heard Bloodbeard before though, because he was.
Yeah,
he
you've
was-
must have
Yeah,
heard
you
his
would have
already.
heard
No,
of
Umbra
it
didn't go over to the ship. He was down in the morgue.
Oh no, you're right. You wouldn't have heard
Yeah,
of it.
right, yeah.
Well, aren't you a fool?
I mean,
I don't think Umbra even knew what was going on. But...
to be fair, that guy's way more useful.
Yeah, I'll memorize the evil guy.
Okay. Well,
Kethra's going to stealth over as far as she can to try and get Tim.
2 secs.
okay. We're going to begin stealthing over.
This is so fucked. Doesn't he already know where you are and where you're coming from?
Yeah.
That's why I'm moving.
Probably from the direction of the bullet, I guess.
And didn't he look right at you?
Yes.
Look, Kethra's not smart.
No. I'll leave you
She's
to
got
it.
a zero. She's got a zero in. Okay. She's not smart. So as an 18 on my stealth to get around to try and get in position to grab Tim.
Okay. It's an 18 on your stealth. His eyes lock on you.
I mean, he's right there.
I love the idea of Kethra still trying to sneak, even
I
though they're
know.
like making eye contact.
It's an open plan beach, and he's looking in your direction.
Staring each other down.
Like you know how a cat like does this like little wiggle before it pounces, and you're looking at making eye contact with the cat as it jumps at you. I'm the
Yeah.
cat. Ready.
You're both like looking at each other as well, so it's not like you're assuming it's working.
She's lining herself up to grab Tim and go.
So as you're getting closer, he just looks at you and then looks at Radomir and goes, see, you found yourself quite the fool. But I suppose at least someone can witness your demise that isn't completely out of sorts.
To be fair, he doesn't know my intentions of why I'm there, so.
You can assume. Well, whoever you are, though I can probably figure it out at some point. I suggest you just listen for now. Because this is a warning. I sentence thee, Branimir Bloodbeard, to death
No.
for betraying his brothers in arms and stealing from a schooner so long ago cargo that was precious to the fleet. They weren't cargo, Krillig, they were people. They were cargo, Branimir. Now, I, as Commodore of the fleet, will give this sentence. Now, for the friendship we once had, Branimir, I am not a heartless man. I will let your attempts of thieves in arms to take their other ship and go, but I will take the cutlass for myself. Now, I was expecting to be able to show you someone very close to you that betrayed you, but as he seems to be quite enamored with something else at the moment, I shall show you my latest prize. Boat begins to come closer. The cloaked figure reveals himself. As he comes through the mist, the longboat sails and slows to a stop on the sand. The knights depart, and the figure is holding something and reveals himself.
Oh,
Oh, this fucking guy.
God damn.
He was wearing a hood. Shit.
Oh man.
Oh, Zoro's gone rogue.
He was
Wait,
always
Nah, as-
sketchy.
Now, as you can see, I have my own snake amongst your ship.
Zoro shady as shit.
nah, I'm sure it's not how it looks, guys. I'm sure there's a good
I'm sure
explanation.
I'm sure exactly how it looks.
I bet it's to A, get the sword, and B,
Like-
so that you could fuck over and kill Bloodbeard.
Zoro is holding something.
Of
Something you haven't seen. A blade of sorts with a skull on the pommel. There's a skull on the pommel with a tongue that sticks out to a much wider tongue of an even bigger skull cup around a cutlass blade. Zoro blankly walks over towards the Commodore.
I'm gonna use this
Tim.
moment to grab Tim.
Yeah, am I still unconscious?
You're paralyzed more than anything. You can see this happening.
Okay, so I can't speak.
Can't speak. But what you do see, actually, Tim, roll a perception check for me. Also, Kethra, you've probably got another 20 feet before you're even close to Tim.
Oh, am I still moving in this, or?
Yeah, you're still moving in all of this. Like he's looked at you. He's taken note that you're there. But
It's a 5.
Pardon?
A 5.
That's a 5.
Tim, Dom, get some dice, man.
I don't have
roll.
anywhere to roll these, and I had 2 good rolls in a row earlier.
Yeah, but you've had 5 bad ones, and they've all been like less than 5.
Fuck off, yeah.
It's just,
I got a 16 and then a 19.
Oh,
Did get fine. I'll roll dice next time, but I don't really. I'm playing on like a little tray.
Fine.
I'm better.
That's okay. That's what I'm on. Zoro walks towards, wielding this blade, and hands it over to the Commodore. Tim, you notice he's not speaking. He's expressionless.
Oh, Zoro's expressionless.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he was mentioning stuff about demons when I knew him as well.
They're mental demons.
Yeah, I always assumed he was just talking about the drink, but maybe.
So I'm just going to put that there. So so there is music that I've just put in this group chat. I'll put it somewhere else later. So as Zoro hands over this blade to Krillig, Krillig looks at Branimir, smiles, a thin-lipped grin. You are beaten, Branimir. you have lost. And though I shall be taking your death as part of my own enjoyment and pleasure due to our previous relationship, I will let your two friends go. And I suppose that the one currently crawling in the sand like a rat
This guy's
would like
pissing
to
me off.
would like to take.
Take another shot.
So
On a, not 20 with max damage. Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's
Would like to take these two
I want to slit his
back
throat.
to his little ship, or her little ship. I couldn't quite make out what they were. And perhaps try to leave the fleet alone. Or, wise up, join my ranks. I could always use more war dogs. Zorro here makes my ninth. Zorro doesn't say anything. Zorro looks incredibly blankly and just stands there, motionless. Kethra, can you roll a perception check, please?
that bastard, what's he done to Zoro? Get him, Kethra.
This was a while back.
23.
This is a great.
It's 23. Zoro's eyes aren't the same. Zoro's eyes are much more snake-like.
Oh,
Yeah,
He did
Kethra
call him a
doesn't
snake.
care.
Now you can go now, Zoro. They'll welcome you finally into the... please, rat that decides to dig through the dirt, take this longboat back to your ship. Take your friends. And I should remind you that this is what happens when you cross me. And he just stabs Branimir in the neck, and the blade slowly sinks through. And all you see from Branimir is... And he looks dead at you, Kethra, right into your eyes, holding the blade. And then he gently pulls it out and thwicks it away.
Well, I guess you take Alwyn and Tim then.
So the guards with the darkened plate armor drop Alwyn and Tim to the ground, and they form ranks behind Krelig.
was not expecting Bloodblade to die.
Nah,
The cutlass as well, so we can't even like get that through
They
either.
get the cutlass.
Remember.
We've got to get Zoro back.
Fuck that.
now just
Fuck Zoro.
remember,
I don't think Kethra is going to go grab Zoro somehow.
It shouldn't like Zara in the best of times.
now just
In
remember,
fact, for Kethra, this is an improvement. It's actually an admittance of the fact that he's bad.
I'm sure there's a reason. He's been brainwashed.
okay. So, Kethra, as you begin to grab them, he looks at you, his blade sheathed, stares at you intently, just says, "Now this is a warning. Next time I see you, I will not be holding anything back."
Neither will I.
Thin-lipped grin goes to the cheeks and the sides of his thin goatee. Well, I suppose that's a challenge.
And I'll spit at his feet.
So what he does to you from that, you see his nostrils flare, and he grabs Branimir's dead body by the hair and throws him in your direction. Says, "The man he once was deserves a funeral, but I have too much blood on my hands to give it. I suggest you do in whatever pirating villainous ways you decide.
Give the body to Umbra.
He can be healed. We can still save him.
I'll take the beard and say, he was twice the man you were.
Oh, you have only just met me. You have no idea what I'm capable of.
Nothing
Now
interesting.
leave. And the other officers, when you sort of say that, begin to go put a hand on their pistols, and he just puts a hand up and goes, "Oh no, they've lost someone close to them. Let them grieve. Next time, we can be less lenient." You go. You begin to sail off, unimpeded. Go towards your ship. Tim,
Mhm.
you begin to get feeling in your hands, and you can feel like you can speak just about while in the longboat. Alwyn is the same.
Sorry, that bastard.
We'll pick up that unconscious guard if he's still there. Is he still there?
Yep, he's still there.
Right, we'll pick him up. Make sure he's still unconscious.
Take his gun.
Take his weapons and everything, and strip him off so he doesn't have any armor or anything in case he wakes up. And take him back to the ship. He can be Umbra's, loot, loot.
Umbra's new plaything.
New experiment.
Umbra can do whatever he feels like with that
Umbra will
person.
be most pleased, and he will suggest that you avoid the morgue for a while.
Well, you're still under. Unfortunately, you're still under.
Oh, I mean, fine. I mean, as long as you're the
Oh
stomach.
god, we have to watch it happen.
Yeah.
When
I mean,
you
Gruzeel's probably can take quite a fair amount. To be fair.
Well,
okay,
yeah,
when
sure.
you strip him, are you stripping him where he is, or are you stripping him when you get him to the ship?
At least get rid of most of his like his chest armor at least.
But he's
Well, yeah.
hog-tied, so he's no threat to us.
I guess, but it's just I don't know, just in case. I mean, most armor is like got leather straps and stuff like on the sides to take off. So
I think we should keep the armor though, because officers.
we'll keep it,
uniform-
but take it off him. So for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And obviously don't take his like arm stuff and legs or anything else off, but just the main chest piece, I guess. But then because again he won't make a noise when we move him around. But we'll take him back to the ship, shove him in the morgue for Umbra to deal with.
When
I have
you
some- Go on.
sorry, when you guys get back to the ship, you find the people, the lizard folk, and someone you did not expect. Slayer's on board.
Oh. Umbra hasn't met him before, has he? So
No,
won't
Umbra
know.
hasn't met him, but the
No.
others have. And Slayer's on board, and he's talking to others. He looks much like them, a little bit malnourished, not as bad as them, nowhere near as bad as them, but he looks a little bit malnourished. But he's there looking
told
around.
us
And when
He told us his name, didn't he?
yeah, he told you his name. When he sees you, he's like, "What? What's going on?" First I was shackled, and I was mining away, and then some guard came and took me and said, "Right, off you go." Can you explain that? You made a deal or something?
No.
He seems untrustworthy. We should interrogate him.
Oh no, this Slayer's great. He helped us kill a nightmare. It was
Yeah.
very good fun.
Don't try to don't interrogate me.
Yeah. Don't
That's
worry,
right,
this is Umbra.
Umbra,
He's-
yeah.
They're like that.
He's the sketchy one of all.
Just best to avoid the morgue generally.
Yeah,
And-
right. You got a funny nose there, fella.
It's my beak.
Right. He's got a beak. Right. Not one to judge.
Would you?
I'm cursed, so not one to judge.
You're cursed, are you?
Well, somewhat. It's not really a massive problem. Anyway, the point is,
I could help you with that.
No,
I
you
don't know
don't
what
know,
this ship
Umbra,
is.
no.
Do not borrow his strings.
You guys are really great. Like, I'm not really sure what's going on here. So what's happening? What's going on? Where's Brenemy? Where's Bloodbeard?
I don't know.
I
You'll have to
probably
ask
would
him.
have. I would have brought the the body up onto the ship.
So this is before you get there.
Oh,
Basically, all these guys would have arrived before you get there.
He was slaughtered at the beach.
Well, we don't know. He was captured
I could tell.
by
Oh,
a
He clearly died!
Tim, you're not with
you're
them
not there.
Tim, you're not with
Dude.
You're not there yet.
It's just the ghost
You're
of
not there
Tim.
yet. This is just before you guys arrive. So you, Kethra, and Alwyn will arrive a little bit.
Yelling.
In a
Tim's
little bit.
yelling from the longboat.
Through the mist.
He
It's like
clearly
eerie.
died!
Yeah.
He was slaughtered.
Sorry.
Well,
When you're there, when you're looking around, not only is Slayer there, you've got the people, you've got the lizard folk, and then you've got some deckhands you remember from the Cutlass.
Huh.
But
That's weird.
Is
you
that
don't
full crew?
have you don't have
Jesus.
any of the specialized crew.
So Salvador's not there.
What do you mean?
Salvador's not there.
Oh,
Evidence
oh,
sort of
okay,
out.
it's true.
That's
So
not
basically,
good.
just got a bunch of deckhands and the lizard people.
Mhm.
Can I ask the deckhands what happened to them and why they're here?
I'll say, sir. So we were parked round. As said, captain said, take the ship round further to the south side, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, soldiers came to the south side.
They were waiting for you.
It's like they knew we were coming, and we, we fought as best we can, but then they overpowered us, and a couple of us died, and some of us still here and alive, but they took Salvador, they took the captain, they took everyone. None of them have returned to the ship, and they marched us off and brought us here.
There's
They knew,
probably
they knew the other ship was here.
it's a probably safe assumption that they've been captured or killed. But
Yeah.
Killed.
you've
Well,
at
that
least
is a sorry thought.
got a home here if you need one.
I ain't got nowhere else to go. None of us have.
Oh, you can at least call the boat. At least you can now call the Bone Blade your home.
Why, thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'm the quartermaster. Alarias here is the navigator.
Why, Barry's been
Viceroy.
explaining everything.
Oh, fantastic! That makes life a lot easier. Thank you, Barry.
Yeah, we need to have a chat. We need to have a chat.
Oh, we will. We'll wait a few minutes and see if Kethra turns up. If not, then
Speak of the devil.
Yeah, because I was debating, like, how long should we wait?
So, Kethra, you eventually get back to the Bone Blade and you get to the ship. You have enough feeling in your hands and legs again, Tim, to be able to. It's just kind of like a bit of a numbing pain now. You can get onto board essentially. Alwyn is the same.
Tim scrambles on board, falls on his shell, on his back. He's stuck, rambling, shouting something about Bloodbeard.
Or,
they're back.
what's he saying? What's he saying? Barry comes over and is like,
Well,
what about Bloodbeard?
It's alright!
Tim, take a deep breath.
Barry's there, like, I don't know if this is normal for a Tortle. Are you okay? What's happened?
bro?
Did you say killed? What happened?
Bloodbeard's dead.
Oh,
What?
Shit.
That's Bloodbeard's big
Oh.
body gets trodden on
Just
there.
shouts.
Yeah,
that's
I'll do it.
Bloodbeard.
Pool of blood.
yeah.
He kneels by the body and he looks down at it and for a good long while, longer than anyone else does.
Gruzeel will close his eyes because he'll assume nobody's done that yet.
Can Umbra look at the neck wound? Is there anything special about it, or is the sword that did it?
Do an investigation check because you're trying to figure out the sword, not the wound, technically.
Yeah, more like if the sword had any special properties or anything like that.
Yeah, no, do an investigation check.
+6. 19.
This was a magical blade.
Hmm.
It's a powerful blade.
Uh,
and you feel it's touched by a demonic presence.
Fantastic.
which of the officers are near me? I'll tug
Oh,
on there.
I think we're all there, aren't we?
Mm.
Yeah, everybody's there now. Everybody's
Okay,
there.
I'll tug on Gruzeel's arm. He seems to be the most open-minded towards Umbra.
Oh yeah. Well, we've got that bromance going on.
Gruzeel,
Yes.
hit the blade. I believe it was demonic in origin.
Well, that makes sense. You saw what he did to Kethra's bullet.
It was a powerful blade. I would very much like to study it.
Well, let's try not to get killed by him first, and then we can decide about whose blades we take.
Very good.
At the moment, I think we should get the hell out of here as fast as possible. I don't want him changing his mind. Right, Captain? I think, why don't we go to an island and give Admiral Bloodbeard the send-off he deserves?
Barry suddenly. Sorry, Barry literally speaks out suddenly. He was part of the pirate council. He has to go back to the wreckage.
Where's that?
It's the first place we went, is it?
It's north.
okay.
It's northeast. He needs to have a pirate council member's funeral, a proper one.
I mean, is it... won't his body go bad by then?
Sounds like a lot of effort.
It doesn't matter. It needs to get there.
I can preserve the body.
Umbra!
Yes,
I'm
of
not
course.
sure.
No!
Is that
No.
Captain?
Tim, I think we'll leave that in your capable hands. do what you can to preserve Bloodbeard's body.
Yes,
Until
I'll
we
do
get there.
all I've learned.
If you need assistance, I'll help you.
Barry, if you
box.
could, do you know where the wreckage is? Because unfortunately,
Yes.
we have to go.
Yeah, I've been there before.
I mean,
Point out to it on a map.
It's up
Let's
in
get
the
it-
top right corner. It's even labelled the
Yeah.
wreckage. Really poorly written by
Yeah.
my own terrible
Okay.
inked hand.
Yeah, right in the north.
Oh, that's it. Oh, this isn't the place we went where Zora got the swords, is it?
Yep.
Oh, is there? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Zorro's been here, but Zorro is now
Yeah.
Zorro.
I mean, if it's on this map, I will assume that it's on the map in our war room.
Yeah, it's on the map in your war room. Your war room is the world map as
Yeah,
it stands,
So
with marked places of
Wait, we're here,
yeah,
and he wants
Yep.
us to go all the way to the
Yep.
wreckage. How
that
far
was
away?
where that was where we were going to go next, anyway.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Does this work like an RPG map where if we go off one side, we'll pop out the other side?
It's a planet, I suppose. It must be.
Either
round.
way.
Well, no,
yeah.
because the thing is, like in an
Well, it's the
RPG
brown.
map, if you fall off the bottom, you start at the top, which doesn't actually make any sense.
Okay, so how this actually works
We can stop by Kenchi.
is that this is the
Email.
world map.
Yeah.
You know the whole stupid argument of Westeros is just Essos.
Yep.
Well, in this scenario, you keep going north, you're going to hit a very large open plain of water.
It must go round though, right? Unless it's not a globe.
Imagine essentially you've got the world.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. This is a portion of it that actually has land. The rest
Right.
is water.
That
Gotcha.
freaks me
Yeah,
out a
wait,
little bit.
that's
Let's
good,
not
that's
go
good,
for the
that's
open ocean.
Good, that's good.
If you want to hit the complete open water, unexplored entirely,
Nope.
I'm cool with that.
Umbra will literally jump off the ship before we go.
Yeah. No, that's fair. No, that works. That works for me. That makes sense. So yeah, we'll probably just beeline it directly. Well, I mean, we need to. Yeah, we'll head towards there for now. Well, actually,
Yeah.
we'll set off first, and I think we're going to need an officers' meeting to figure out what we do. Check supplies.
Have we
Like
got
how
enough?
we're doing.
Have we got enough people to do a full? Is it a full crew now? Would you say?
You have a full crew.
Okay.
Including you, you have 30 crew. Including you.
Okay.
Is Matt's person here? Poseidon guy.
Yep, Alwyn, yep, he's there.
Okay.
That's that. So how much are we adjusting? I mean, we can do that after, I suppose.
So
Adjust
yeah,
it.
we'll do that later. But essentially, when you go into your stocks and everything, you might notice that actually you've got someone supplied you with some extra food
Oh, that's handy.
and
Yeah.
rations.
All right. We'll I'll talk to you later about revised stock.
Yeah, we'll do exact numbers.
Yeah,
later.
yeah, that's cool. Then yeah, I guess that's what we'll end up doing. I suppose we'll just set off in that general direction.
It's the
for
heading
now.
for Bosty, and then it's to the wreckage. Then
Yeah, so we'll head off in that general direction for now, and then I think we're going to have to do a war room meeting
So
of the
as
officers.
you sail off, people disperse. Berry stays very close to Branimir's body. When you begin to look at preserving the body for the funeral, he wants to help as much as he can.
Barry, you're more than welcome to help Tim in any way possible. I'm sure.
Yes, by
I'm sure
any
Tim
means.
would. I'm
Yeah,
sure Tim
please,
could
I
use a
just-
hand.
Yes, definitely. It's
Not
a
from
two-man
Umbra.
job, and Umbra's not helping me.
You see Umbra kind of like put his hand up and then put it back down slowly.
No, I agree.
Get
I
out of
much
my
prefer
sight,
that.
you vermin!
Please, just be careful with what's left
You're
of him.
always careful.
I have the most experience with cadavers.
Come, Barry, down to the,
What's it called?
gonna
The
go with
clinic?
Tim.
The med bay? Med bay
Med
clinic?
He's got to go to the
Bet
morgue,
you
man.
can
He's
call
got to
it
go to the
med
morgue.
It's
No.
he's not
No way.
great.
No,
Not coming to the morgue.
infirmary. We call it the it's the infirmary.
Infirmary, of course.
the morgue is for your subjects.
You've got a person. You've got a
Yeah, that's true.
living.
Alright.
We've got a living person in the morgue and a dead person in the infirmary. And we've
Umbra
suddenly,
will sag briefly in disappointment, and then his eyes will alight upon the hogtied guy, and he'll start dragging him off to the morgue.
Oh my god. Oh. Nobody
message you
questions
through
it.
the-
Nobody says a
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
Even as you thump his head down the stairs.
Hear the
Nobody
slow
says a
rhythmic.
Genuinely, so many of the deckhands are now terrified. Like, what just happened? They're in shock and everything, and they just see anyone that sees that happen is just like,
We will make like a
I'm
general
out.
announcement to like the deckhands. Don't go to the morgue. Anything, if you hear anything from the morgue, do not go to the morgue.
Investigate.
Ignore any sounds you hear from the morgue and accept nothing from Umbra. That is
Just don't touch that door either.
yeah. Don't even yeah. I think that's we'll make sure that's
Huh?
the crew's aware.
Damn it.
If they do not adhere to those, we cannot hold can't hold us responsible for what happens.
It's just a
As-
restricted zone, that whole bottom left.
Yeah.
okay.
for their
as
own
you make your, as you make your heading then and begin sailing off towards the wreckage, you guys are able to get the body into a state, put it in wine or whatever else you plan to use as your preserver.
Hopefully not folding him up into a barrel, but
Hopefully not folding him up into a barrel.
Something weirdly similar.
Perhaps a
what we could-
barrel fashioned to a coffin.
I mean, we could. I mean, we've got enough planks. We've got enough planks of wood. We could probably fashion a kind of coffin and fill it with wine.
you could.
And I think
I would happily allow that.
I think we'll suggest that we'll use some wood because we've got plenty of it.
You have enough
Bit of in there.
deckhands that can mull together an understanding of woodwork.
I've got mending if it helps.
Yeah.
as well.
Yep.
So we'll do that, and you've got your jug, so you can fill it with whatever preservative, wine or whatever it is you need to. Then we'll do that. I think.
Okay.
For now, ferment man.
So, so as you finish that, as you preserve the body, Berry goes back on top of the deck for assisting in your heading. He gets near the front of the ship as you eventually pierce through the mist surrounding this island. The moon is a crescent and glowing. A bright white light on you as you pierce through. It's as you fade through, you're all lit up. Dim light. And Berry starts to sing.
You're not going to sing for us, Arthur.
Use the point. Use the point of inspiration.
Actually, if you use the point, I will sing.
Please.
You want me to use the
Who's
point?
got
Use the point to make Arthur sing.
Nah, I'm not going to subject him. to that.
What if it speeds up our boat because of the morale?
Well, I mean, if you guys give Umbra a bit more leeway, then maybe he will use the point.
You've
Make
got
Arthur
a
sing.
you've got a
You
living
that-
specimen.
That is metagaming.
So he's asking Umbra to use a point for singing.
Umbra wants the boat to go faster, right?
No, he's enamored with his new.
If anything, he
toys.
wanted to go slower so he gets as much time with his.
Yeah,
tune
I
as
was looking at what
possible.
I've got 2 heads to work with. I've got a live specimen. This is great.
Yeah.
He's not coming out the morgue.
Oh God.
Okay, well, Barry starts to sing this song,
Um,
and if anyone asks him afterwards, he will specify that it was Branimir's favourite song.
Oh.
And as you sail into the night, as the starlit sky beckons you towards the wreckage, we shall end the session there.
Awesome.
Next
Great
time
session,
on
Arthur.
Pirate
Very good,
Adventures.
It's like a story.
Who the fuck is Commodore Krellig Kane? Why is he so powerful? And what the fuck happened to Zorro? And
There's a
can you
reasonable
make it
explanation.
all the way to the wreckage for the funeral Branimir deserves?
It is
Tune
a
in next
lot.
time.
Yeah.
Pirate Adventures.